Hello and welcome. I am jumping on. There is not a lot of lighting because I have no power. I'm somehow on a neighbor's internet and I wanted to film something. I've been showing a lot of what my 5, 10 minute sort of movement, wake up movement exorcisms look like on my mat. And they are absolutely based in yoga, but have a lot of other movement principles as well. So I wanted to create something for you during this wild holiday season where you need absolutely nothing but space for a mat, your body, and a desire to feel good. Because I've always been saying, for years and years and years to my clients, you deserve to feel good. And I know that when we feel good, everything around us actually feels, looks, and we experience it differently. So this has no agenda other than to shift how you feel, create and make space in your body, and let's just go. So grab your mat or unroll your mat, make a space, and we're going to start just in all fours. So wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. If you're feeling like you need a little more room, you can take it wider, or you might be a bit narrower. And we're just starting by doing little circles around your wrists. So if you've been cooking, wrapping, baking, all the things, wrists could be tight. You may notice areas that want to move a little bit differently. And now we're just going to start by bending the elbows, pull your chest forward, and then straighten the elbows around your spine. Bend the elbows, pull your chest forward, and then straighten your elbows around your spine. Just trying this a few more times. Essentially a cat-cow, but I'm also rocking. So when I bend my elbows, I pull myself forward, and when I straighten my elbows, I round myself back. So inhale, pull the chest forward, bend the elbows. Exhale, press your chest down and round, look at your knees. Inhale, pull forward, and then exhale, round back. Inhale, pull forward, and then exhale, round back. Last time, bend the elbows to pull your chest forward, and bend the elbows to send your chest back and straighten the elbows around. Rock a little bit from side to side here. Now take your leg closest to the screen, send it outside of your mat. Foot is in line with knee, and then lift the arm close to the screen up, and then tap it down. Maybe even bend the elbows. So we're twisting through the rib cage, and then lowering the arm down. If you are pregnant, you may just focus on the arm. You may also bend into your knee so that it's not so much on baby. But wherever you're at, we're lifting, creating length from crown of head to tailbone. And then you could either thread or just place the hand down. Just a few times with the goal of letting something go. So maybe an incident, just a feeling, something that maybe you're even telling yourself is true. You have a feeling that underneath the bigness of how it feels, it may not be totally in existence. It may be something you can let go of. Then we're going to bring your hand down and start to rock back to your heels and then pull forward. So we're stretching the inner thigh of the extended leg. We'll do 3 more. So we're working toward the child's pose, but also lengthening the arms, lengthening your inner thigh, and opening up your hips. So a lot of action is happening in a positive way. Now we're going to lift your leg up. So the leg that was closest to the screen lifts up. We're just going to round your spine, and then inhale, extend your spine, straighten the leg. Round, look at your kneecap, and then extend and lengthen your gaze forward. 3 more. Round, round, round. And then inhale, extend. Exhale, round. If you want, you can bend the elbows slightly to get more length in your back. One more time here. This time, as you send the leg back, lower your toes down, pivot your bottom foot, so foot goes behind the knee. We're gonna reach your top arm up. Reach your arm up long by your ear, so it's like someone's pulling your wrist as you plant your foot. We're gonna do big, generous circles with your arm. For any reason this is too much on your shoulder, you can bend the elbow, and it's like you're putting your elbow back behind you to open the chest. Or if this really nice action is feeling good to you, we're gonna lift up there. So you're thinking of pulling the elbow from the shoulder and the wrist from the elbow and the fingertips from your wrist. You could also put your hand that's on the floor on the block or your elbow on a chair for some support and then reverse. So we're looking to create space in your shoulder, space in your top side body, and this length all the way through. Then walk your hands forward, big sigh, roll all the way up. From here, your extended leg, try to drop that hip down. So just lift and lower. That contrast therapy lets us know, oh my goodness, my hip is by my shoulder, but look, it does go down. That's me, that's you if you happen to sneeze at that exact moment. Now, press down into your hips, slide your hand down your extended leg, and start to stretch your arm up, and then pull the elbow in. So we're side bending, lengthen, and then like you're pulling down on something, if you make a fist, make a bicep curl. Inhale, open, and exhale, connect. So we're sliding, and then pulling. So reaching for something, maybe an intention you want, and then pulling it in towards you. 3 more. Wowzers. As you side bend, try not to let your bum sink back, but keep your front hip bone over that knee. That's going to help you to get tons of length throughout. And hold out here. Gaze can be up, straight forward, or down, and pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Interlace your hands behind your head. Push your head back so you can actually see your neck and not just your chin. And then rotate a little bit. Whoa. You may feel like you're not going that far. And that's pretty standard because most of the time when we move from the hips. We're keeping the hips stable and allowing the spine to be mobile. This is also going to really give your back some support by toning and engaging your obliques. Woo. Let's do 3, 2, 1. Now side bend all the way over towards your extended leg and come on up. We inhale, side bend over, and then exhale, come on up. Imagining, and it's pretty imaginary, that your elbow, oh my goodness, close, is going down to your leg. Last 2. Inhale. And exhale. Sound effects are not necessary, but they feel great. Now, gently, you can use something if you need. Bring your knee in. So we're just kneeling here. I'm just coming forward so I have a little more support for my knees. Hip bones are right over the knees. Ribs are lifted. We're just going to do a little side to side bend. So it will likely feel easier to side bend towards the side we just bent towards because we've been really priming that. And the other side may feel heavier, stickier, almost thicker just because we haven't mobilized the tissue. I really love to throw in this compare contrast moment because we see that with a short investment of time, we actually feel different quite quickly. And that means the investment of your time is well worth it. And that to me is always the hallmark of what I aim to do when I move. It's what I invest in so consistently because I literally never feel worse, ever. And I hope that you feel the same in general, but certainly after this sequence. The next time you come up, just reach your arms up, grab onto your elbows, do a little bit of wiggling. So if you're wearing a crop top like me, it is likely getting shorter and shorter because you are creating more length, more space between the top of your hips or pelvis and the bottom of your rib cage. Ooh, excellent. Let the arms press down and shake out. We're going to turn to face the other direction, coming back into all fours. When we started by these circles with the wrists, and they were really focusing on getting that mobility. Now we're going to make it bigger, circling all the way back, still over the wrists, but highlighting that space in the hips. So pushing back to one outer heel, coming through center, going to the other heel, coming forward to one wrist, other wrist, other hip, center, other hip. Here, I also invite you to start to bend the elbows with your head, rotate as well, head and neck. Really playing with what feels good and where you're looking for space, where you're looking for a pause, and then in reversing, so push to the other hip, center, other hip, same side wrist, and then the opposite. So I'm really pushing super actively. My arms are working. Center, other hip, move forward. And again, I'm actually not exaggerating. I love getting more spiraling, more action, more dimensions in this movement. And I invite you to just find that. So your movement literally never needs to look like mine. Maybe it does, but the focus is on you feeling good, and what feels good in my body may not feel good in yours, and vice versa. And then we're gonna come back, maybe move that a little bit longer. Take a moment, bend the elbows. We're gonna do a little bit more of an active pulse forward from the breastbone. You may be feeling your shoulder blades get closer together and the muscles right underneath your armpits heat up a little bit. So we're moving some strength there, which is going to enable the chest to lengthen and you to create more space. Then we're going to push to straight arms and then pull your lower belly away from your waistband and pull up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come to neutral. It may feel quite different. Move your head and neck around. And then we're going to send your leg closest to the screen out. Foot in line with your knee. And then instead of feeling maybe shorter, kind of checking that out, place your hand on your hip, please pull your chest forward and then reach your arm up. Think of someone pulling your elbow, then your wrist, then your fingertips. Push through the bottom hand and open. Oh my goodness. And we're going to exhale, surrender. Inhale, pull up. Again, maybe you bend the knee closer to the screen. Maybe bend the top elbow. Let it go. Maybe you're threading. Maybe you're stopping. Maybe you're just coming to here. But we'll inhale. Think of pulling the crown of your head forward. And then exhale. Thread or release. Inhale, pulling all the way up. And then exhale. Let it go. Let's do 2 more. Big inhale. And then exhale. Last time, big inhale, lifting. Exhale over. Now we're going to send that leg straight back. If you're sinking into your chest like I am, push the floor away, push back through your heel. Let your navel lift up to help support your back. Push the floor away and pull your knee into your chest. And then inhale, send that leg back, lift your chest up. Exhale, push. See your kneecap. And then inhale, maybe bend the elbows a little bit as you lift your leg up hard. Exhale, push the floor away. And then inhale, lift. Let's do 2 more. Straighten the arms. Square your hip down towards the ground. Feel the knee get close to your chest. Then inhale, maybe bend. Pull your chest forward. Last time. Send the leg back. Now your bottom foot pivots behind the knee. Just gonna center my thumb a bit. Now we have knee and foot in the same line. And then press your hips forward. Reach your top arm up. Feel again. Elbow pull from shoulder. Wrist pull from elbow. And fingertips pull away from your wrist. Reach your top arm overhead. Feel that elasticity. Ground your heel. Pull through the fingers. Start to reach your arm forward towards the screen in front of your body, and then all the way back. Exhale forward. Inhale, reach like you're going to touch the back wall of the room. Exhale forward. And again, you could be doing this with your elbow if that feels like it's too much. I'm going to do 2 more. And then as you pull in, lift through the breastbone. Make space. Think of this as literally ironing or steaming your body, not in a painful way, but where you get to untether what feels stuck and maybe creased. Then we reverse. We begin by pulling the arm back, maybe gaze up, and then your arm crosses in front of your body. Inhale, pull, 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 and then exhale, surrender. 3 more. Inhale, and then exhale. I'm going to do the last 2 of the bent arm so you can see. I pull the elbow back, and then cross in front, and then I pull the elbow back, and then cross in front. Then I'm going to come up all the way. Ooh, drop the hip. And if you feel a little lightheaded, just take a breath, take a seat, pause, drop this down. Then bring your hand on the bent leg, bring that same side hand behind your head, slide your hand down into the hip crease, really, really pressing. And then we're going to inhale, side bend, sliding down. And then if you're pointing forward like I am, open your chest and come on up. Option to also let your arm come up nice and straight. And then lift you up. Keep dropping that hip down. 3 more. Inhale. And then push down through the arm, lift your chest. Last 2. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Elbow pulls from shoulder, wrist from elbow, fingertips from wrist. Come on up. 1 more time. Big inhale. Pulse down here, gazes up, forward or down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pull the elbow down, look down. And then inhale, big, big stretch. Exhale, pull in something you want. And then reach for it again. And then grab. Last 3. Inhale, find the length. Exhale, find your strength. Inhale to lengthen. Fill up. And then exhale to ground. 1 more time. Big inhale. Pulse it out. 5, 4. Make sure you can move your head. Nothing is too stuck here. 2, 1. Good. Wiggle the hips around. Maybe they need it. Then interlace your hands up and overhead. Do a little bit of wiggling here and then really drop that hip. Interlace your hands behind your head. And this time we're pulling one elbow back and then the other elbow back. This is a lot like doing the backstroke. So it's gonna free up space in between the ribs. There's all these little tiny muscles called your intercostals. And we want them to be really smooth and happy and mobile. So it means it's easy to reach for things on the top shelf, to lift up and out of compression, and to alleviate pain on your spine. And also look amazing. Then reverse. So now we're doing the crawl or freestyle. One go forward, and then the other. We're enabling the hips to stay still here, which means all the mobility we're gaining is in the spine. Then drop your hip once more. We're gonna side bend over, elbow towards the straight leg. Crank that top elbow back gently. And come on up. Keep pressing your head back. Inhale, side bend over. And then exhale up, drop the hip. 3 more. Inhale. My straight leg is active. I'm pushing my foot into the floor for stability and to engage the inner thigh. Toes can be turned out or straight forward. 2 more. And I remembered 1 more thing we need to do with the leg out to the side. That's going to feel really good. Last time. Little pulses down here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. So to get there, just pivot yourself back. We're going to keep your foot in line with your bent knee. Hands start underneath the shoulders and just start to press back. And then inhale, pull forward. So sending your hips back, creating length from tailbone to crown of head. And then inhale, pull forward. 3 more. Exhale, let something go. Inhale, create space for what you want to receive. Last time. And then bring your knee down. We're going to climb all the way over time to 2 knees. And then again, hip bone stacked right over the knees. Lift your ribs away from your hips. and side bend from side to side. Slide your hand down the outside of your leg, like there's an Adidas stripe there. Maybe you're actually feeling the side seam of your sweats, your leggings, whatever it is you're wearing or not wearing, but find the outer leg line here. And then when you think, oh my God, there's no way, exhale and let that surrender take you from where you currently are to past what you think is possible. And when we build that belief in these small micro moments, right now they're centered around movement, we're able to bring this ideology beyond the body, right? We're able to believe, oh my God, I thought I was done, but I had another inch or a centimeter or half a centimeter, which is massive. And then just take a moment, wiggle things out, and come back to all forward, almost done. I just want to show a few things I like to do in down dog so you could feel really amazing. You're going to tap your toes, and then rock up a few times just to stretch the soles of the feet. So toes are tucked, inner ankles are on top of the big toes, so your feet are displayed. They're really connected. Lift your hips up and back. So we get told to bend the knees, which is great. We get told to lift the ribs so they're not sinking down, which is what I want to do. But a few things that can make us feel extra great and shift your heels to one side, bending the knees, and then shift them to the other because we create more space in the side body. And you can really press with both hands. This helps create that space in the intercostal in between the ribs. I also like to connect my heels and push back. So this taps into the outer hips in a different way. And you can shift your weight from one foot to the other. So now lengthen your Achilles, lengthen your calves. And then now place the heels behind the second and third toe. Still pick up the ribs, still push through the hands, still let your head release. And notice if it feels a little bit more homey or comfy. And then we're just going to tap the knees down, look forward. And then push the floor away, lift your hips down. Just two more. Inhale, pull forward. And then exhale, let it all go. One more, inhale, pull forward. And then exhale, press back. We'll walk our hands all the way back to our feet. Bend your knees a lot. Let your chest press down to your thighs. Shift your weight from side to side. So the back of your neck gets long, your head gets lower to the floor. Maybe even interlace your hands behind your head. Huge sigh. Let the hands touch the floor. And slowly bend your knees as much as feels really good. Roll up to stand. And I'm going to come over. So I think that was around 15 minutes. I'll know in a second. No power. I hope you feel really good in your body, maybe even empowered to make your practice your own. If you practice in a studio, if you have a home practice, again, feeling good is our access point. It's the keys to the kingdom of having a life you really love. So I am so thrilled to share this with you. I truly hope that this helps you. This is the kind of work that has helped me create massive changes in my life because when I choose to feel good, there's just so much less to feel bad about. So merry everything, happy holiday season, and I'll see you soon.